C. Wow. Tell us of an animal that begins with letter C. Cat. I mean, it's not easy, was it? I feel like you are so easy. Buddha, maybe it depends the kind of belief. It depends the kind of.
She's actually intentionally stopping on letters that have.
No!
Hey, people, this is marriage now here. Okay, the last one for you. For you. Start. Stop.
E.
Let me make it easy for you. Okay, that's a bonus for you. Tell us of a country that begins with E. Country.
England.
Anyway, guys, welcome to the 21st Century Marriage Conversation with your boy Steve Onguko. Please make sure you subscribe on our YouTube channel for more of this conversation, and make sure you like my page on Facebook, Steve Onguko, and also on Instagram, Steve Onguko. When you like this one, Mazen Makwambia, love. I appreciate that love, and I'm for sure God will bless you. You know, 21st century has its own challenges of marriages, and today we have an amazing people. Actually, these guys, they are my friends. Let me just say that. Actually, they are my friends, but they're so amazing. They'll begin the first ever show in East and Central Africa. The 21st century marriage conversations. So they begin this one, as in for those years to come, they'll always say they were the first ones on this show, just to begin this show. And on show today, we have the Mugandas here. Yes, the Mugandas here. This is Juma, and by the way, you guys should be introducing yourselves. So let's see how married couples introduce themselves. So over to you guys.
Go first. Okay. Hi everyone. It's nice to be here. My boy Steve. My name is Juma Muganda. I'm married to this lady. I'm saved. I'm an ICT professional. You know, when it comes to my line of work. And I let my wife introduce herself.
I thought that they normally say married to this lovely, good-looking, gorgeous, anyway, 21st century marriage.
That's right.
Yeah, over to you, man.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Brenda Edna Muganda.
Wait. Brenda Edna Muganda.
Yes.
Okay. And they are my friends. Oh my goodness. I didn't know Edna. Okay.
Now you do.
Okay.
Yeah. So I am born again. I love the Lord as my personal savior. And it's a joy to be here with my husband's boy.
You are my friend before your husband.
That was your friend before
your husband appeared.
Yeah, I work in the humanitarian world.
No more saying about that.
Yes.
Just get it. She works in the humanitarian world. Karibu sana. I'm very happy you guys to be with me on this set, and man, I just was gonna be an amazing conversation here. So guys, as I said earlier, 21st century has its own challenges. 21st century has its own, so many things. You work in the ICT world, and if you compare what was years back in the 90s, and you look at now, of course, in 90s, some of you guys didn't know exactly what was happening. But from history, we can tell in the 90s and now, there are so many things that have changed. And one of it is technology. Technology and what else? What else has changed in the 21st century? There's so many things that have changed in the 21st century. And somehow, these things seem to be affecting marriages. Some of these things seem to find its way in the marriages. So we just want to hear... what is it that you guys are doing in your marriages that is making you guys to be sustained? And you'll be telling us also how long you guys have been married. You'll be telling us all that. And so to also be able to just connect with our viewers and able to know, these guys, they've been married for this number of years, but they've been able just to keep going because of 1, 2, or 3 things. But just before you tell us some of those things, tell us. So you guys, how long have you guys been in the marriage? Alafu mulikutana wapi? You know, love imepamba vipi?
So I will tell my version of the story briefly. Then she always has her version. So,
Oh wow. Okay.
So we met actually. It's now we might be married for. We are doing 6 years in June. So we are 5 years, few months. We actually met in a bus. That is route. The one that ply Valley Road.
Valley Road 46 to Kangwai.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah.
We met in a bus. No. I was actually going for prayers at Sitam Valley Road. Early in the morning, we had done 7-day prayer and fasting. It was the beginning of the year, the January prayers we always have. So we got to join other believers to break the fast at Valley Road. Around 7 in the morning.
There's something about prayer, guys.
Yes. Then we met in that bus actually. Not that I did not know her because we are in the same church. Could see her Ukombele worshiping and all that. But now meeting one-on-one, it was in the bus. Yes. Now the rest is history.
And the rest is history. People met in a bus. My friend, which bus?
KBS to be exact.
KBS. Actually, how many plate you got? KBS?
No, it's Kenya Bus Service.
Kenya Bus Service. So if people meet in KBS, let's hear your version of your story.
I actually agree with the version of your story that we met in a bus. I was coming from the prayer mountain in Mount Olives, somewhere in Limuru.
Where?
Yeah, and the interesting thing is that one of my prayer items during that time that I had with the Lord was about settling down in marriage. And I was like, whoa, God can actually just answer like that. Anyway, if you want to know more about how the whole process got into marriage, see me. But it wasn't just because there was a confirmation does not mean that things were easier, for us. But it was great to just know that God was involved.
Maybe just quick for someone who is wondering, you guys made the bus. So what was this that just made you guys to believe, Dio Huyu, this is it? But we was talking with that thing because you are going 7 days of prayer and fasting. Now you're going for solemn assembly.
Yes.
Yeah, you're going for solemn assemblies.
Yes.
You're on the route to Kawangware, and you are from Mount Olive, a prayer and
also going to Valley Road.
Also going back to Vunja, Vunja fast.
Yes.
You're also going there. So when this guy you guys met in the bus, what was that car that you like? Akinum say.
For me, there wasn't. But in my heart of hearts, I felt, I for some reason, I think it was the Holy Spirit ministering, that this is a confirmation of the prayer that you just made.
When you just saw him in the bus. Did you guys sit together in the bus? Or
Yes. Interestingly, when I got into the bus, I sat at a different place. Then somebody moved. I decided, you know what, since I'm alighting at Valley Road, it's easier to go, it's easier to be seated near the driver so that I could tell them to make sure that I alight at the bridge.
Yes.
Yeah. So I decided to move. And when I moved, lo and behold, this guy was here.
People, let me tell you.
And all of a sudden, usually when I go to Sitam Valley Road for these joint meetings, I sit at a different spot altogether. He also has his own spot in Sitam Valley Road. So that day he told me, that day he told me, no, I was just like, I have to be a nice person. So one, he didn't say that he offered to pay for me the fare, which I was like, no, you don't. You don't pay for me fare, But anyway, I tried to act like Miss Independent. So I was like, let me rudisha mkono in a way. So I offered to sit with him. And of all the days, that's the day. Of all the days, that's the day that spiritual father, Pastor Kenny Sige, just turned during the service, and he saw the two of us. And the thing that came to mind was like, whoa, okay.
What a wonderful couple.
My daughter got a boyfriend. I didn't know. And the rest is history.
Yeah, so how did you know? Maybe just quickly.
Actually, it wasn't like, when I saw her, this is the woman. No, it wasn't. Because I also went and sat at a different place. Then I thought to myself, because I want to alight at the bridge, let me move closer to the driver. I'll jump out faster. So I went and sat. So she also came. So it was this girl from church, the one who sings. Yeah, that was it. So, yeah, actually, the guy who later became our best man, when we were coming from Valley Road walking in town, we actually came out of church together, walking to get a matatu to Thika Road. We met with him along Kimathi Street. Then immediately he saw us, he just like, hey, Juma ushapata mtu. Then actually he texted me, Juma ushapata mtu. Yeah, so, yeah. The rest of the story, let me say that.
Good people, let me tell you, wahenga wanasema fimbo ya mbali haiui nyoka. The one who is next to you, the one who is that person who is next to you, ina matatu. And to be precise, KBS. So come on, Panda City Hopper, please turn down Panda KBS and make sure your prayer it will be answered. Wow, amazing. I think at this point I should say I'm married. It's good as far to say I'm actually married to one beautiful wife, Fiona Onguko or Fiona Anyonje, whichever it is. Yes, it's good to say that as we continue. So guys, 21st century marriages. What can you think generally, in a general sense? What have you heard about 21st century marriages? What are some of those things that just click in your mind when you think about 21st century marriages?
Can I go first?
Yeah, please. By all means.
When I think about 21st century marriages, and this is in general, well, the thing that comes to mind is the way the rate at which people are getting married is similar to the rate at which people are divorcing. As many as are getting in, you have on the other hand many people also getting out, and it's quite a sad state of affairs. But there is hope.
There is hope.
Yes. 5.5 years later, I can attest to the fact that there is hope. And that
you just said 5.5 years, so that's the number of years you're going to be married?
Yes.
Oh, wow. 5 years are going strong.
Yes.
Marriage works.
Yeah. And so one of the things, for example, for us that has really held us together has just been the fact that we share the same values and mainly rooted in the Word of God. So we both have an individual relationship with God, and that has helped us to, when we come together as a family, we have the same reference point. So if it is matters to do with how do we handle conflict, how do we relate with each other, we have the Bible, which is like quote unquote our constitution in the family. And so since ultimately, there's no marriage in heaven, but God has given us this opportunity to be married to each other, then the best that we can do is to bring out the best in each other. Knowing that each of us is a child of God, and God has entrusted us with this person so that we could better their lives, The Bible tells us to spur each other towards good deeds.
Oh, hallelujah.
Yeah, in the book of Hebrews. And so marriage is a very good platform for us to spur each other towards good deeds. One thing that came out so clearly, at least for me, as I've continued to work together with this lovely man, is the fact that marriage is like a refining ground. It's
refinery.
Like,
marriage is a refinery.
Yeah.
Please, take that notebook and write, marriage is a refinery.
Yeah.
The God factor.
Yeah, because the more I have continued to live with this man, the more I've continued to see the real Brenda. Forget about the worship leader. Pause there. Ni mbona umetupeleka tuko pale hivyo ya posta. Unajua that mteremko gari imeshika tao mwisho. Kabla tujafika tao, bado pale kwa bridge pale penye mlikutana huko bridge. Tukapo kwa bridge. So I mean quickly, maybe just before you continue your story, maybe for you Juma, as in 21st century marriage, she say in the 21st century marriage is one thing she can say, the rate which people are getting in is the rate which people are getting out. And that's why we're here.
Yes.
That's why we're here. We just want to share out our lives. We want to share out our story to these guys. Maybe what do you think about the 21st century marriage according to you?
I think the couples tend to exalt other things but their marriage. By that I mean they tend to focus on things like money, career, acquiring property, but they forget that marriage also needs work.
Marriage needs work.
Yes.
Underscore that. Marriage needs work.
Yeah. So because of that, you realize that money, the power of money, comes to kill the marriage because that power has not been killed. Like I will use our own example. You see, she works, she's employed. She said she's in a humanitarian world. I'm in ICT. We are paid a salary. But when we come home, that is family money. So that she doesn't say that this is my money or I say that this is my money. So when you say it's family money, it already kills the power money brings or gives someone.
Maybe shall say,
yes,
this is our money.
Exactly. This is our money, so it's in one basket. So can we plan moving forward from one basket?
Okay.
So that now it's not Juma doing things with his boys or her doing things with her girls, but we are doing things as a family.
So I think that's great. I just painting a picture of the whole idea of 21st century marriages. You're in IT world, and one of the things that I have heard right in our current time in this generation, there's this thing about phones and marriages.
Yes.
Why are you laughing? There's this thing about phones because there's the issue about phone. You've touched about the issue of money because this day and age, if I remember about my folks then, and even our great grandparents, as in the issue of money was not a big issue. The whole idea is we get married because we have a shamba, we'll go and plow and plant, there's something to eat.
Yeah.
So money was not a big issue. This day, even before you marry, money is the big issue.
Yeah.
So I mean, just before even we look at that. So this century, one of the things that affects so many marriages is actually phones.
Yes.
So you guys are in 21st century marriages. Tell us how has phone affected your marriage, and how have you been able to manage the issue of phone in your marriage?
Wow.
From the beginning.
It's a very interesting discussion because there's somebody who said that the person who introduced smoking, he was targeting our health and whatever, but somebody who introduced phones, social media and technology, they was targeting the souls of human beings. And actually, a phone can suck your soul away and can suck your marriage away. Like you get home and the first thing you do, you are on the phone. You want to check the status, you want to check Facebook, who said what. In fact, you get mad because your spouse not like your photo.
Are you talking from experience?
So for us, if as you can see, my wife has 2 phones because one is work, another is hers.
And you have how many?
I only have one.
You only have one.
And for me, I have actually intentionally tell my mind that I should not get on a gadget when I'm at home. As much as I work with gadgets the whole day, I tell myself not to work with gadget. Like I program my mind and I try not to do that. But of course, I find myself going back to my phone. But we are work in progress.
The phone call. I mean, able tell us that's one scenario in your marriage whereby phone ilikuwa ni balaa kwa ndoa yenu.
I think you should say why you left Facebook.
Yeah, actually it's true. Reason why I left Facebook. What was that?
Uko na likes?
No. Actually, not that. She likes posting on Facebook. For me, I
can tell where this is going.
Yes. So she posted something on Facebook, I think about me. Then I did not comment.
Who does that?
So when I did not comment, she came home and asked me, why don't you comment on my posts? I'm like, I've not even seen it. So she kept pushing. I think it was our anniversary, if I'm not wrong.
No.
So
it's also his birthday.
So
it was his birthday.
You're a schemer. My friend, you're a schemer. You make sure your anniversary and your birthday the same day.
Yes, exactly. So actually, I thought I gave her 2 options. Do you want us to live in peace in this house? We are happy, and out there we feel like we don't talk on Facebook. Or want us to be happy on Facebook, or we fight in the house? She was like, no, I want both. I'm like, I cannot do both. I cannot even do one. I'm not going to be on Facebook anymore. So don't ask me questions about Facebook.
Yes.
That's how I left Facebook.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
So are we trying to say in this marriage?
Yes.
The issues of phone, it is not you, it is her.
I must admit, that is my WIP, work in progress area.
Work in progress.
WAP.
WIP.
IP.
IP. WIP.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes. Work
Yeah.
in progress.
Progress.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I think it has to do with personality. I am, like, you can already tell, I'm a sanguine, so I'm out there.
Mliona tulikuwa ya posta.
Yeah.
Tulikuwa tumeingia tao.
Him on the other side, he's quite introverted.
Yeah.
As in, I mean, you already know you're one of his few friends.
I am the chosen one.
He doesn't have so many people that he talks about. Me, on the other hand, I have so many people, and in the evening after work, that's when I want to catch up with people and find out. And I'm in so many WhatsApp groups. I want to catch up with people, and like he's saying, whoever made that statement about the way social media actually has the capability of either sucking the life out of you, or even just killing the whole idea of being able to interact with other people was actually right. And so I'm consistently conscious of the fact that I'm so much on my phone, and I have to keep telling myself, Brenda, is it your marriage? Or is it these people? I know there's so many Facebook in-laws. When my marriage is not working, they'll be the first ones to say, hey, these people don't even love each other.
No. This is how we know. When it's not working, Brenda will not post. Brenda will not say something about, atunajua hapa kuna shida. Hapa kuna shida kwa hiyo.
You see, you're a Facebook in-law as well. So I am consciously and consistently telling myself to refrain from the phone. It's not easy. There are times he also is just wondering, I thought we agreed about this. But then, I'm like, I'm sorry. Because we agreed. Sometimes it's just, I'm in that process of just being disciplined.
So your resolve, so your solution for your marriage to deal with this issue of phones in the 21st century to you guys was talk on Facebook. Are you on Instagram?
No.
None of us
I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on Twitter.
He's not my friend.
I'm not on
He's not my friend. So please don't follow him. It's okay. It's okay.
By the way, let me tell you, there's a place I used to work and I used to manage social media.
But you are not.
But when I'm in the office, I'm managing those things. Because there was somebody who was managing, but for me, I was supervising. When I leave the office, you will not find me on those things. Yes.
So
he's a very
okay.
disciplined man.
It's okay.
I admire that.
For her, I know, even I've been accused before. When I saw a post and I didn't say anything, she was like, you didn't even say anything.
Even you cannot see me posting on my status.
Leave alone the husband. It was me.
And I don't know how people do that.
Like, it's your birthday. I wrote happy birthday. Why you not commenting?
But you told me in the morning.
No, I'm talking about Pasi as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What if I never saw your comments?
No, I've seen you commenting on other people's, so you have to comment on mine as well.
This is the cost of friendship, guys. This is the cost of friendship. So you guys have solved part of you have resolved. It's out of Facebook and work in progress.